I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Some told me Fox is going to the Spurs, bro. Some told me that shit, bro. I'm like, now look, I don't know if it's my discernment or what, bro, but this shit's crazy. Fox and Wemby, bro. Damn.
The NBA has another massive trade, and while it is not as flashy as Luka Doncic to the Lakers, the Spurs getting De'Aaron Fox to team up with Victor Wembanyama is an incredible move for San Antonio, and there are 3 concrete reasons why I am confident you are going to agree with me. We are going to focus mainly on the Spurs and slightly hit the Kings and Bulls at the end of this video. Before we get into the Spurs part though, here are the full trade details. The Spurs are getting De'Aaron Fox and J-Mac. The Kings are getting Zach LaVine, CD
Some told me he was going, bro.
Round picks. One is actually a 2025 protected pick from Charlotte, the 2027 pick from the Spurs, and a 2031 pick from the Timberwolves, along with 3 second-round picks.
You got Zach LaVine going back to play with DeMar DeRozan
their own 2025 pick.
That nigga was just playing in Chicago a year ago.
What's up, Mike here, and we are out here avoiding sleep and grinding in order to get you NBA trade deadline videos. So please just make sure
this trade deadline should be
notifications. That way you do not miss an NBA trade deadline video. Looking at the Spurs, this is a legit A+ of a trade. I am not seeing any risk. I'm only seeing benefits, and again, I have 3 concrete reasons here. Reason number 1 for why this is an A+ trade steal. De'Aaron Fox gives the Spurs a top 20 talent to pair with Wemby to launch their team hopefully into the playoffs this season and make them contenders for the foreseeable future. Fox is a lightning quick guard who is a pick and roll menace. He is going to be a great fit with Wemby in San Antonio,
this crazy, boy.
He has been consistently playing at a high level for a very long time. In the last 5 seasons, from the ages of 23 to 27, Fox has averaged 25.1 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.2 rebounds per game. And in that time period,
that boy is consistent.
And 3rd-team All-NBA. In his only playoff series against the Golden State Warriors in 2023, Fox stepped up and averaged 27.4 points.
There's gonna be too many contending teams now. The way these trades going, like, God damn.
The Kings took the Warriors to 7 games, but unsurprisingly,
I like it though.
Kings, they did lose. And if you're going to pair a 7'4", never before seen type of talent in Victor Wembanyama with someone, it's going to be an elite pick and roll guard. That is exactly what Fox has proven to be this season. He is generating 1.07 points per possession out of the pick and roll, and he also has an effective field goal percentage of 57.8% in pick and roll situations as the primary ball handler. That makes him 3rd in the NBA in points per possession and 1st in effective field goal percentage out of any player this season, averaging at least 7 pick and roll possessions or more. The Spurs know what they are doing here, and if we look back at Fox's college days, we find that De'Aaron gained the reputation
they got
of
a
the
stacked team, bro. It's
in the
like
Sweet 16, he was matched up against future number 2 overall pick Lonzo Ball when Lonzo had all of the hype in the world, and Fox scored 39 points on Lonzo's head in a Kentucky win. Then, after losing in the Elite 8,
did I see that back in the locker room? I don't know. Did I see that somewhere? I don't know.
And how much he wanted
Think about seeing it somewhere online.
Then De'Aaron Fox was cast into
was that Bam out of bio?
And how much he wanted to win.
That is Bam, nigga.
Which shows just how much. Then, after losing in the Elite 8, he cried in the locker room, which shows just how much he loves his teammates and how much he wanted to win. Only then
that's
De'Aaron
real.
Fox
Is that Bam, nigga?
Loves his teammates and how much he wanted to win.
Is that Bam or I'm tripping?
Only then De'Aaron Fox was cast into basketball purgatory. He was drafted by, at the time, the worst franchise in basketball. I'm sorry, Kings fans, I'm just being real. Before their 2023 playoff appearance, the Kings had missed the playoffs 16 seasons in a row. De'Aaron Fox helped them break that curse, though. He has been their franchise cornerstone, of course, along with Sabonis.
Nah, but that's crazy. Wow, you had the worst franchise. Boy, y'all believe that?
De'Aaron Fox helped them break that curse, though. He has been their franchise cornerstone, of course, along with Sabonis.
Dude, let me know.
Fox has been there longer. He has gone through the struggles. I cannot wait to see him play in a winning culture, and that leads us to reason number 2 as to why this is an A+ deal. Victor Wembanyama has proven to be one of the best second-year basketball players we have ever seen. He is so good that the Spurs cannot possibly tank. This roster is already 21 and 25, which means why would they not pull the trigger, get get an all-star type of talent and immediately try to get Wemby playoff reps. As a rookie, Victor Wembanyama finished second in the Defensive Player of the Year race. In year 2, he's averaging 24.6 points, 10.9 rebounds,
it should have been him though,
assists, and 4 blocks per
Rudy,
game, as he is also
Rudy just the defensive player. Never mind, let me just say that.
6th in VORP, 4th in box score plus minus, and is
And he
the
a dunk.
easy favorite
That's
to
it.
win Defensive Player of the Year.
You know.
First-time All-Star, he is only getting better. There's an argument he is the best young defensive player we have ever seen. And now he is an All-Star who is in his prime to pair.
Like having fun with
Man,
it too.
Chris Paul has been fun to watch. Prime Chris Paul,
Big
would
tall
have been
nigga
elite.
having fun
De'Aaron
with
Fox is not Chris Paul in his prime, but he is an awesome basketball player. He just turned 27 years old, which means he only just entered his prime. And as a player, this has to be one of the best career moves we have ever seen. His prime is going to be spent playing with Wemby as Wemby grows into a better and better player. And what's more, the Spurs gave up almost nothing in order to get a legitimate second or third option on a high-level playoff team. What we know for sure is that driving to the rim, Fox is one of the best players in the NBA today. This season, he's averaging 16 drives per game, and he's shooting 54.5% on those drives. The only criticism about Fox's game is that he is not a knockdown three-point shooter. Victor Wembanyama shoots from the logo as a center. Fox has plenty of pluses in his game to make me not really worried about his jump shooting. I'm sure that the Spurs are going to be able to fill out their roster surrounding Fox and Wemby.
That boy De'Aaron is serious.
Which leads us to our third and final reason why this is an A+ home run. And that is, this is somehow a zero risk move if we're being honest. When De'Aaron Fox demanded a trade, he said he specifically wanted to go to the Spurs, meaning unless something massive changes in the upcoming years, he's going to re-sign there. The Spurs don't have to worry about it.
Got exactly what he wanted.
Okay. Watching any of their assets suddenly explode on different teams because
sometimes God just look out like that. I mean,
essentially nothing is the answer. In order to get De'Aaron Fox, the Spurs gave the Bulls back their own pick. That pick was top 10 protected. All the Bulls needed to do was tank away this season, and they would have gotten.
You gotta be patient.
Anyway. Did I mention the Bulls are currently ninth in the draft lottery as it stands right now? But Chicago was not willing to risk losing.
Always remember, it's God's time. It's not ours at all. It's His.
Gave up the 2025 Charlotte Hornets.
You feel like something taking too long?
Which looks
it's happening. It's gonna happen at the right time.
That pick is top 14 protected. It becomes 2 second-round picks if that protection hits. The Hornets are 12 and 34. They currently have the 4th pick. So what the Spurs really gave up here to get a top 20 player in the NBA, and even if you argue top 20, top 30, in order to get an extremely high-level
I had to mash for the cash.
They gave up their own 2027 first-round pick, which should be in the high 20s if everything goes according to plan, and they win at the level that they want to be winning at. And a wild card 2031 Minnesota pick. If Anthony Edwards is still on the team in 2031, probably not going to be a lottery pick, but that is a wild card. I cannot overstate how incredible this trade is for the Spurs, as they are currently holding tons of assets that could have been traded. They own the Hawks 2025 first round pick. The Hawks are 10th in the draft lottery right now. Didn't have to give it up. They also have a pick swap with the Hawks in 2026 and own the Hawks 2027 pick. San Antonio was also able to keep their young core. Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan,
That's what I'm saying.
They
They're
even
still
kept
young.
Julian Champagny, who has been a great role player and has an extremely cheap contract. He is averaging 10.7 points per game, makes 2.4 threes a night, and has a team option for only $3 million in 2027. Will all of these guys be core players when the Spurs make a real push for a championship? Maybe, maybe not. What we definitely know here is that all of these players currently have good trade value. The Hawks picks have good trade value, and that means that even if the Spurs don't find a perfect fit among these players, the Spurs themselves are still a big player in the trade market. They are going to be able to make another big move if the time comes. As for the Sacramento Kings, to me, this is confusing if I'm being honest. In an ideal world, when you make a trade, you are either creating a contending roster right away, you're creating a future contending roster, or you're bottoming out and just rebuilding. The Kings are doing none of those things. Sacramento currently sits at 10th place in the Western Conference, and they are choosing to fight to make the playoffs. It has been said by many people that the worst thing to be in the NBA is a middle-of-the-road team, one who is not in real championship contention but never gets a good enough draft pick to get a future franchise player. That is what the Kings are currently choosing to be. And if the season ended today, the Kings would have the 12th pick, and guess what? Their first-round pick this year is top 12 protected. It will go to the Hawks if it falls out of the top 12, so you could definitely make the argument it was in their best interest to lose a few more games this season and try to lock in their pick. Now, Zach Zach LaVine is a great basketball player. I do not want to take anything away from him.
No,
If
he
anything,
is.
I'm kind of disappointed he's not going to be playing on a more competitive roster. Zach is an injury risk, yes, but he's also averaging 24 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game this season. For Sacramento,
one of my favorite players for sure.
This is just a weird decision. And while Fox's
it
contract
kind of is, I
expires
ain't gonna
after
lie,
the
but it's
2026
like, damn, that's just how the cookie crumble, bro.
Option for the 2027
Who knows? The
season.
Kings
So
might.
if he wants to,
I don't know.
he can easily opt out. If I were the Kings, I'd have wanted young talent if I was going to make this move. But often, ownership wants to keep competing for a playoff spot to keep selling tickets. As for the Chicago Bulls, finishing up this video, this is very simple. The Bulls front office has been absolutely
we're gonna check out the standings after this.
The had absolutely zero chance of competing, and so the Bulls are bottoming out on purpose. At least they are doing that. Chicago wanted to trade LaVine in the summer to give them credit, but they were unable to because no one wanted him. In fact, it was said that the Bulls would have needed to give up shit just in order to get rid of LaVine's contract. So now, after winning a bit too many games to get great odds at a real top pick in the 2025 draft, the Bulls have called it and will probably trade the rest of their veterans as well. So there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications.
What the hell the Bills gonna do?
Never miss another video. If you're still here watching, you are awesome and we all know it. And as always, have an awesome day. And peace.
Peace. I'm trying to see, bro. NBA standing. Eastern Conference. Cavs 40 and damn. They've been going stupid. Celtics 35-15. X32 stank. This is Heat ain't going on. Pistons ain't going nowhere, man. Well, 12-34 is sickening. 7-40. Melo be injured a lot. Damn. Player though. Player for sure. Gotta talk about my boy SGA. Favorite player, bro. Nigga. Doing his thing. 38-9, 33-16, 32-16. Nuggets. 2019. Watch. Look. Kings 24. Bro, I think they'll shoot up, bro. Spurs 21-25. Fox they could be able to shoot up. Yeah, bro. But try to think about this trade, bro. Like when it comes to the Kings, I mean, it just don't make sense getting LaVine. But LaVine is definitely a great player. Don't get me wrong, but it's Kings, bro. They Fox going to the Spurs, definitely a dub, bro. That shit is most definitely a dub. Good job though, bro. Like when it comes, I feel like good job on the Spurs end. And that's the team where he wanted to go. So shit, I'd always do it, man. Amen. We gonna see how it go though. I'm gonna be reacting to the Spurs games too for sure.